So you've attacked the problem of the education, about the crime, and about the job situation here in Allentown. Now, you had spoke about the perception. How do you feel about Allentown, and what more do you think you can do to a bring the positiveness back into the city as far as jobs or people, so that they can see that Allentown is not as bad as the perception is?
Well, your perception wanes when you, number one, start to attack your problem. Number two, when there's results from your strategy. Number three, then you have to learn how to take that things that you've gained and turn around and polish your apple, meaning that you have to show the people that there's really been a direct correlation between your strategy and the results. What you do is then you sell what you just did,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to learn to sell City of Allentown, and
Okay.
we don't do a good job of that. We go around doing a lot of Pollyanna window dressing, but we don't put out a marketing strategy to be able to sell what we have and show all our positives. And I think that's where we missed the boat in the city. We don't have anyone selling the city, and not just the city in the as a mouthpiece for the mayor or a PR person for the mayor's office. We need someone that's going to polish the apple for the whole city, not just one segment or one, at least one office
Mm-hmm.
or one portion of the city.
Wow. Okay. And so, when you think about Allentown, what's the vision that you have for the future once you get into the mayoral spot? What was your vision for the future of Allentown?
Well, I see Allentown. First of all, let me just start by saying I love the city.
Mm-hmm.
I've opportunities I could have probably ventured away,
Okay.
but this is home,
Okay.
and this is my home. And what you do at your home is you take it, nurture it, and beautify that your nest. And this is my nest that I have to be able to bring from, not necessarily. I don't want to say it's in the abyss. I'm not saying it's at the bottom, but I want to renaissance,
Okay.
change, beautify, and to show other people that how proud I am of the city that belongs to me. The vision is that Allentown becomes prosperous. It becomes returns to the shining jewel that it's always been.
Mm.
It's just that we're tarnished. We have a little dust. We have to polish it. We have to shine it, and that means we have to bring jobs. We have to solve our crime problem, and we have to learn to be fiscally responsible. And then we have to turn around and then the one component that we haven't talked about is our kids. We have to address our kids in the essence of we have to be able to provide programming for them outside of school, extracurricular. We have to do things as far as our recreation leagues. We have to provide things for those kids to do because that's the greatest crime prevention tool there is.
Right.
Is to provide them opportunities to stay off the corners, to stay out of gangs, and to stay out of mischievous situations.
Mm.
Um, and we won't forget our seniors because without them, we are not able to be as successful and as prosperous as we are for the things they've done. So we also got to provide things for that group of people as well. So we have to seniors at the far end
Mm-hmm.
in their golden years. We still have to take care of them, but we got to get them in the beginning, right when they're at the cusp of their I guess their growth and their development, so that we can keep them positive, keep them from finding negative places to go, and keep them on the cusp of being positive and productive citizens.
Mm.
So we have productive citizens at the other end who've already strived through life and are at the golden age. We need to make sure that we have opportunities for them, recreation opportunities for them. But at the other end, we've got to make sure that these young folks understand their responsibility of community commitment and the idea that they need to be part of a kosher part of community. And we got to make sure that we provide them with the opportunities.
All right. I mean you're right, and you're absolutely right. So you're saying start from one end of the spectrum all the way to the other.
It's a continuation. It's a
Right.
continuum. There's no separation whether you're young
Mm-hmm.
or you're pre-adolescent, adolescent, young adulthood, middle age, or seniors. It's a continuation. We have to learn that our anything that we provide in the city should be able to cover all our citizens, whether they are able to pay
Mm-hmm.
to play or they're not. Either whether it's either they're able to pay to play or not, we should be able to provide them with services.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Now, I guess lastly, if you needed to, or if you wanted to speak to the people here of Allentown, what would you want them to know? What's the message that you want them to know or to remember about Tony Phillips?